Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue the book on the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read. And he lifted himself at the fighting driver's corpse with the rushing lunge of a long line struck in the chest, as he lays waste the pans of cattle, his own lordly courage about to be his death. So you sprung at Cebriones, full fury. Patroclus and Hector sprang down from his chariots just across, and the two went tussling over the corpse as lions up on the mountain ridges over a fresh-killed stag. Both ravenous, proud, and savage, flight in out to the death. So over the driver here, and both clamored for battle. Patroclus, son of Menoetius, Hector, ablaze for glory, strained to slash each other with ruthless bronze. Hector seized the corpse's head, would not let go. Patroclus clung to a foot, and other fighters clashed. Trojans, Argives, all in grueling Mayamin onset. As the east and south winds fight in killer squalls, deep in a mountain valley, threshing stands of timber, oak and ash, and cornel with bark stretched taut and hard as they whip their long sharp branches against each other. A deafening roll goes up, the splintered timber crushed, as Achaeans and Trojans crashed, hacking to each other, and neither side now had a thought of flight that would have meant disaster. Showers of rated spears struck fast around Cebriones, bristling winged arrows whipped from the bowstrings, hew rocks by the salvo, battering shields on shields as they struggled round the corpse, and there he lay in the whirling dust, overpowered in all his power, and wiped from memory all his horseman's skills. So still the sun bestrode the sky at high noon, the weapons hurtled side to side, and the man kept falling. But once the sun wheeled past the hour for unjoking oxen, then the Argives mounted a fierce new attack. Fighting beyond their fates, they dragged the hero Cebriones out from under the pelting shafts and children's piercing cries, and they tore the handsome war gear off his back. And Patroclus charged the enemy, fired for the kill. 3 times he charged with the headlong speed of Ares, screaming his savage cry. 3 times he killed 9 men. Then at the 4th assault, Patroclus like something superhuman. Then Patroclus, the end of life, came blazing up before you. Yes, the Lord Apollo met you there in the heart of battle. The god, the terror, Patroclus never saw him coming, moving across the deadly rout, shrouded in thick mist, and on he came against him, and looming up behind him now, slammed his broad shoulders and back with the god's flat hand. And his eyes spun as Apollos knocked the helmet off his head, and under his horse's hoofs it tumbled, clattering on with its forged horns, and its hollow blank eyes, and its plumes were all smeared in the bloody dust, forbidden before this to defile his crest in dust. It guarded the head and handsome brow of a god, a man like a god, Achilles, but now the father gave it over to Hector to guard his head in war, since Hector's death was closing on him quickly. Patroclus, though the spear in his grip was shattered, the whole of its rugged bronze sword, shadow-casting length, and his shield with straps and tassels dropped from his shoulders, flung down on the ground. The Lord Apollo, the son of Zeus, wrenched his breastplate off. Disaster seized him, his fine leg buckling. He stood there, senseless, and now, right at his back, close up, a Dardan fighter speared him, squared between the shoulder blades with a sharp lance. Panthos' son, Aphrodite, the best of his own age, at spears and horseman's skill and speed of foot, and even in this, his first attack in chariots, just learning the arts of war, he'd brought down 20 drivers off their cars. He was the first to launch a spear against you, Patroclus, O my rider, but did not bring you down, yanking out his ashen shaft from your body. Back he dashed and lost himself in the crowds. The man would not stand up on Patroclus here, in mortal combat, stripped, defenseless as he was. Patroclus, stunned by the spear and the god's crushing blow, was waving back to his own throwing comrades, trying to escape death. Hector waiting, watching the gather-hearted Patroclus trying to stagger free, seeing him wounded there with the sharp bronze, came rushing into him right across the lines and rammed his spear shaft home, stabbed deep in the bowels and brazen point, went just straight out through the Patroclus' back. Down he crashed. Horror gripped the Achaeans' armies, as when some lion overpowers a tireless wild boar up on the mountain summit, battling in all their fury over a little spring of water. Both beasts craving to slake their thirst, but the lion beats him down with sheer brute force as the boar fights for breath. So now, with a close thrust, Hector, the son of Priam, tore the life from the fighting son of Meniotius, from Patroclus, who had killed so many men in war and gloried over him. Wild-winged words, Patroclus, surely you must have thought you'd storm my city down, you'd wrest from the wives of Troy their day of freedom, drag them off in ships to your own dear fatherland. You fool, reeling in their defense, my war team, Hector's horses were charging out to battle, galloping full stretch, and I with my spear, Hector, shining among my combat, loving comrades, I fight away from them the fatal day. But you, the vulture will eat you body raw. Poor, doomed, not for all his power could Achilles save you now, and how he must have filled your ears with orders as you went marching out, and the hero stayed behind. Now, don't come back to the hollow ships, you hear? Patroclus, master horseman, not till you've slashed the shirt around his chest and soaked it red in the blood of man killing Hector. So he must have commanded, you maniac, you obeyed. Struggling for breath, you answered, Patroclus, O my rider, Hector, now is your time to glory to the skies. Now the victory is yours, a gift of the son of Cronus, Zeus, Apollo too. They brought me down with all their deathless ease. They're the ones who tore the armor off my back, even if 20 Hectors had charged against me. They'd all have died here, laid low by my spear. No deadly fate is leaguer with Apollo killed me. I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.